The way I see it, La Llorona is the patron saint of bereaved mothers. Here is one translation of the story. La Llorona, the crying woman, as translated by Enrique Lamadrid, originally told by Rodolfo Anaya, and illustrated by Amy Cordova. Long ago, in ancient Mexico, a village celebrated the Festival of the Sun. On that same day, a baby girl was born. Her parents named her Maya. When the chief priest blessed the baby, he noticed a birthmark on her shoulder. "It is a shining sun," he said. "Maya is a child of the sun. She will never die." Maya lived a happy life. She grew into a lovely young woman, adored by everyone. She helped her parents with their work in the fields and learned the ways of the village. The gods who lived on top of the volcano also loved Maya. But Señor Tiempo did not like Maya. He knew Maya was destined to be immortal. "I am the father of time," he shouted. "This girl will never perish. And if she has children, they will live forever. I cannot allow that." The chief priest heard Señor Tiempo's threat. He ran to tell Maya's parents that she was in danger. "Señor Tiempo is angry with your daughter," he warned them. "Why?" Maya's mother asked. "Señor Tiempo wants everyone to age and then die. But Maya was born with the sun sign, the sign of the sun god. This means she will never die." "Then he cannot harm her," Maya's father said. "True," the chief priest answered. "But when Maya has children, Señor Tiempo will take them. You must hide her." Maya's parents feared for their daughter, so they took her up the volcano into the jungle. There, at the edge of a lake, Maya would live alone, away from angry Señor Tiempo. In the morning, Maya tended her vegetable garden. In the afternoon, she gathered the bright feathers that fell from the wings of parrots. She wove the feathers into beautiful baskets and dresses. As time passed, Maya grew lonely. "I wish someone would come to live with me," she said to her friend, Señora Owl. "It is time for you to have niños," Señora Owl replied. This made Maya happy. Children would be wonderful companions. She would care for them and teach them to grow vegetables and weave baskets. "What must I do?" she asked. "Make a clay pot," Señora Owl said. "When the moon is full, take it to the lake and fill it with fertile earth. You will be given seeds to plant in the pot." Maya did as she was told. She dug red clay and made a beautiful pot. It was large and round. Maya painted beautifully colored birds in it. That night, the full moon shone as bright as the sun. Maya took the clay pot to the lake and filled it with earth. Just then, a young man came walking by. "That's a beautiful pot," he said. "What are you going to plant?" "Señora Owl told me this is the way to make a baby," Maya answered. "I, too, spoke with Señora Owl," the young man said. "She told me to put corn in the pot. This way you will grow a lovely child." He sat beside Maya and took kernels from his leather pouch. He planted the corn in the pot and added water from the lake. Maya thanked the young man and returned home. She placed the bowl on the window ledge. Each night the moon shone on the bowl and the sun warmed it by day. Many months later, Maya heard a whimper. Curled up in the bowl lay a baby girl. "Mi niña," Maya cried. She took the baby and wrapped her in feather blankets. "You are as beautiful as the tassels of a corn plant," Maya whispered. "I will name you Corn Maiden." The animals of the jungle came to admire the infant. All were happy except the cautious Señor Snake. "Beware of Señor Tiempo," he said. "He will come to claim your child." "What can I do?" Maya asked, worried. Señora Owl gave her advice. "Save Corn Maiden's bowl by the fireplace. As long as you keep it safe, Señor Tiempo cannot harm her." Maya did as she was told. Maya made another pot when the full moon came. She took it to the lake and filled it with earth. The young man came to help. "I grow chili plants in the valley," he said. He sat by Maya and put chili seeds into the pot.
Maya thanked him and took the pot home. Months later, she heard a cry. She looked and found a baby boy snuggled in the bowl. Mi niño, you are strong as a jaguar, Maya said. I will name you Jaguar Boy. Maya's young family grew as the young man came with more seeds, beans, squash, mangoes, papayas, lemons, and oranges. Many beautiful children were born from the seeds. Maya was no longer lonely. During the day, she taught her children to grow vegetables and weave baskets. At night, she told them stories and sang songs. She made a promise. As long as I keep your pot safe, you will stay with me forever. Senor Tiempo looked everywhere for Maya. One night, he hid outside the home of Maya's parents. He heard Maya's mother say, "Our daughter is safe in her home by the lake." "Yes," Maya's father agreed. "Now she has her niños to keep her company." "Children," Senor Tiempo shouted. "I must make sure they are not immortal like Maya." He put on a mask and pretended to be a wise old teacher. He appeared at Maya's garden, where she and her youngsters were gathering corn, beans, and squash. Senor Tiempo looked at the happy and handsome boys and girls. Their skin glowed, their dark eyes sparkled, and their long black hair glistened in the sun. "Where did you get such beautiful children?" Senor Tiempo asked Maya. "Senora Owl told me how to make pots of clay," Maya answered. A young man brought seeds and put them in the pots. The sun and moon blessed the pots, and so my niños were born. Senor Tiempo whispered to himself, "I have to find a way to steal Maya's children and make them my own. I will not let them live forever." "But your children will grow up and leave," he said. "They will age and die." "No," Maya answered. "Senora Owl told me if I keep the pots safe, my children will be immortal." "So that's her secret," Senor Tiempo murmured to himself. "Now I know how to trick her." "They are safe with me," Maya insisted. "But a thief might come and steal the pots," he said in a sweet voice. "I know how you can keep your children with you forever." "I don't want to lose them," Maya cried. "Tell me what I must do." "You must break the pots into pieces and throw them into the lake. This way your children will have everlasting life," Senor Tiempo told Maya. Maya believed Senor Tiempo was a wise teacher. She broke the pots, took the pieces to the lake, and threw them into the water. Suddenly a terrible storm came over the lake. Lightning flashed and thunder shook the earth. All the animals ran to hide. Senor Tiempo grabbed the frightened children. "Come with me," he shouted. He led the crying children to the deep lake and tossed them in the water. "My children!" Maya exclaimed. Where are my niños?" "Too late," Senor Tiempo answered. "Now they're mine." Maya knew Senor Tiempo had lied to her. She was broken-hearted. All her beautiful children were gone. "What can I do?" she wondered. "Maybe if I gather the pieces, I can make the pots anew. Then my children will return." She hurried into the lake and reached for the broken pieces, but it was too late. The water had dissolved the clay. Maya realized that she would never see her children again. She ran along the edge of the lake, crying, "Mis niños! Mis niños!" Her mournful cry echoed across the lake. She wept and pulled her tangled hair. Tree branches tore her dress of bright feathers. Maya's parents and the villagers heard Maya's cry, but there was nothing they could do. They were afraid of the crying woman. Fearful mothers called their children indoors. "Be good," mothers whispered, "or the crying woman will think you belong to her. She will carry you away." The children shivered and obeyed. They did not go play by the deep and dangerous lake. Maya had become La Llorona, the crying woman. Since she is immortal, she must search for her children forever. Today, her fearful cry is heard at night. She appears along the banks of rivers and lakes. Have you heard the cry of La Llorona? If you have, you know she is warning you to stay away from dangerous places.